Angel, is that you? Listen, child, ooh, you kind of caught me off guard there, but that's all right. It's good to see you, girl. Where you been? What took you so long to come back? Anywho, I'm happy you're here. Do me a favor. Go on over to styleseat.com/TouchedByTyHairCo and book your girl. If you're in the DC, DMV area and you need to get your zoots done or that face glam, hit me up. Books are always open and I'm always accepting new clients. Go on and book me on Style Seat. Head over to Instagram at TouchedByTyHairCo and click that book now button or give us a call, 202-539-2202 to set up your appointment or consultation. You know I love you. You know I'm happy that you came back. It's good to see you. Stay tuned for the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in a sec. Hey angels, and welcome back to Touched by Ty Hair Co. I miss you. If this is your first time joining me, hey girl, where you been? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. You know what's up, you know what to do. Welcome home, angel. And if you are returning, hey girl, hey, I miss you. I miss you. It's only been about 5 or 6 days, but I still miss you. All right, let's get into this makeup look, all right? Y'all already know what it is. We always start off by cleaning our client's face. Then now we are going in to moisturize her. We're going to be using the Pond's moisturizer and our Real Techniques blending brush, okay, to moisturize her face. Pressing this product all the way into the skin, ensuring that it is set, okay? You do not want your moisturizer to not be set into the skin because then it's going to mix with your primer or with your foundation. So this was a SHIT show, okay? Let's talk about it. This client, during her consultation, she told me that she had extremely oily skin. So I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. All right, we're going to use the calamine lotion for your primer. Y'all, I use entirely too much calamine lotion. So you know when your products sit, when calamine lotion sits, it forms that little hard bubble at the top. So I went in and popped the bubble and I allowed too much product to dispense onto the brush. So then I take the brush and I put it on her face. So this is really mattifying, okay? Calamine lotion is a very, very mattifying primer. And the more you use, the more mattifying. So this is an example. What's on her face is an example of too much, okay? You do not need this much calamine lotion. This is a great example. If you're interested in using calamine lotion or you're thinking about getting into this, this is too much. This is entirely too much. You just want a very thin layer of calamine lotion on her face, okay? So I'm gonna have to wipe like one side of her face because it was too patchy. Like my foundation, my base was not smooth, and you know we can't have that, okay? I fixed it, but I always like to show you guys my mistakes because I think that as artists, it's important to know it's okay. You know, everything is, you can fix it. So moving right along into her face, I went in, I set her eyebrows in place using my RK by Kiss HD transparent setting powder. Now I'm going and I'm filling in her brows using I was using the E-Benefits Goof Proof pencil in the shade number 5, but it was not dark enough. Okay, so I switched that pencil out and now I'm going in with the Morphe Brow Definer pencil in the shade Java. So for her brows, y'all know I like a full brow look, you know, so I extended the front and the tail end of her brow and brushed it out, and we're getting into cleaning up her brows. So I'm going in with this Absolute New York full coverage concealer in the shade Neutral Linen to start the process on cleaning up the bottom of her brow. let's talk about product usage. So I see a lot of makeup art, and this is no, I've said this before on this channel, and I'm gonna say it again. Makeup is multi-use, so you want to keep things as sanitary as possible. Okay, so using things like applicate directly from the makeup bottle itself, you don't want to do that. You want to transfer your makeup onto something that is non-porous, okay, i.e. a glove or a foundation palette, mixing palette. You want to use something non-porous to put your makeup on that, and then allow that your makeup to come from, oh God, I'm messing this all up. Let me say this again. You want to dispense your makeup from its original container, okay? And then you're going to take a clean brush and you're going to apply that makeup to your client's skin from that porous item, all right? You don't want to be transferring fluids and stuff that you use is not clean. Like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to use your concealer applicator from your actual concealer on every client's face. Like, that's what you don't want to do. So just be sure that you're practicing as much sanitary practices and good habits as you can. You want to start that way so that you develop those good procedures for how it is that you are doing your work. Okay, so I'm going, not only did I clean up the bottom of her brow with that concealer, I'm also using that as her eyeshadow base. So I blend that out with my LA Colors dual tip concealer and blending brush. Now I am setting her brows in place with my NYX brow glue gel. For the top of her brows today, I'll be going in with this Nika K full coverage concealer in the shade 01. Just so you guys know, this footage is sped up, okay? This is not an actual time, so you don't be thinking somebody doing some brows is fast. No, everything takes time. If you want to know about how long it takes for me to do my brows, very detailed and in real time, tune into my last makeup video. I'm going to go ahead and leave it up in the information bar for you guys. Moving right along, we're going to set those eyelids in place prior to applying shadow. Okay, so what this process does is it helps with the creasing, okay? So you don't have creasing. It helps set that base, and so that your eyeshadow color can come up really pigmented, okay? You want to use a transparent setting powder for that. So I use my RK by Kiss Transparent HD setting powder. And now we're moving right into the shadow look. Going in with our Juvia's Place Warrior, was this Warrior 2? I think this is the Warrior 2 palette. Yeah, Warrior 2 palette. I'll be going in with that top shade right there. And I'm using this Wet n Wild blending brush. And I'm just packing this color onto her entire lid. Starting at the outer end of her lid, moving into the inner corners. Make sure when you are doing your eyeshadow look, angels, that you're bringing that shadow in to start to build on that nose contour, okay? So just start that process, and that will make you creating your nose contour really, really easy. Off camera, I've went in, I've applied my tape at my angles for my wings. Y'all know your girl, my hand is not steady, y'all. I have not mastered it. I'm still practicing. One day I will be able to freehand a wing liner, okay? But today is not the day, all right? We're using tape, okay? And I'm not ashamed of that. I'm going in, I'm putting this liner on her eye using my Perfusion Cosmetics liquid liner. Don't ask me why I'm gonna use this liquid liner till I ain't got no more. You can ask me, that's fine. I'm gonna use it till it run out, okay? Because I always set it in place anyway. So for y'all that don't know, or that haven't seen any of my tutorials, this liquid liner does crack, all right? So it's one that definitely has to be set with a powder. You have to set this. You can't just leave it and not set it. You have to go back in and set it because it cracks and you don't want that to show, okay? And you always want to set your liquid liners in place anyway because you don't want them to spread. So here you see me using this angle brush, and I am going in to set this liner in place. As you can see me here, I'm lifting up her eyelids. She has hooded lids, okay? So her lids are kind of like hiding. So sometimes when you have a client that has a hooded lid, you have to lift up that lid. Even if they have a really big lid space, right? When you're applying lashes, when you're doing these liners or graphic liners, sometimes you gotta maneuver that skin or hold that skin taut to get where you need to get. For her foundation base, we will be going in with the Nika K Full Coverage Foundation in the shade 01, as well as the Maybelline 30 Hour Super Stay in the shade Fair Porcelain. I am going to cocktail these two to get her perfect foundation base. Now, as I stated before, you're going to see me apply the base, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like how it was sitting on the skin. It was too mattified. It was too cakey. So I just removed it, put the proper amount back on the skin, allowed it to dry, and started my base with my foundation all over again. I don't know if you guys could see it, but it's going on really, really icky. And I'm like, I put too much. This stuff really ain't no joke. Like, I put entirely too much calamine lotion on. We got to get rid of this. No, ma'am. I can't have you looking like this. No, ma'am. Makeup wipe, please. Thank you. And I just wiped that area off. And I went back in. I re-primed with the proper amount. Again, you only need a very thin layer. A little goes a long way with this product as a primer. And I'm gonna assume that the same is for Milk of Magnesia, okay? You don't need much, okay? A little goes a long way. I still had too much and I just took it and brushed it off on my glove because I didn't want to make the same mistake twice. So for her T-zone area, I really didn't touch it. I allowed it to stay on. It wasn't that much. For her forehead, she didn't have much, but the rest of that had to go. And then I went back in, I cocktailed some more foundation for her, and we got it in. Okay, so let's talk about it. Makeup does not cover texture, okay? Texture in the skin is just that, all right? If the client has acne or bumps or any type of pimples or indentations or any of that in the skin, you are going to see it under the makeup, okay? Makeup does not cover texture in the skin, all right? A lot of makeup artists out here, this is no shade to them, all right? Use filters. If you're dealing with a client that may have some textured skin, that client or even that makeup artist may not want to exhibit the flaws, what one would call flaws in the client's skin. So they do use filters to smooth out the skin so that you're looking more at the work and not at anything that would distract you from admiring the art piece, right? And it's okay. Like, some makeup artists do that, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. That's their art. That's what they like to do. I do not filter my work, and I think that it's important not to, and here's why. It's real result. You know, if the client has texture in the skin and all your pictures are filtered, they're going to think that their face is going to look like that, and that's not realistic. That's not a realistic outcome. If you have texture, makeup doesn't cover texture, okay? It doesn't. It doesn't. So y'all, please, okay? Please understand that when you are booking these makeup artists, they will slay your face. If the makeup artist does good work, the work is going to stand, you know? The work is going to be the great work, but it's not going to cover your texture. If you got pimples and bumps, or you have a breakout and you need your makeup done, those things are still going to be there, okay? They're going to be there. Texture's not going anywhere, all right? Just so y'all know. So moving right along, once I blended in all of her foundation, I am going in with the Absolute New York concealer in the shade Neutral Linen, and I'm using that as her highlight. For her bronzer, I am going in with the Nika K Full Coverage Concealer. I believe this was the shade 06. Give your concealer time to set into the skin. This particular concealer is extremely mattifying, right? So it doesn't need long, okay? If you have a really mattifying concealer, you don't need long for that concealer to set. And if you have a hydrating concealer or a more moisturizing concealer, sometimes those type of concealers have to sit a little bit longer. Understanding the difference between liquid and cream concealers is very important as well. This is a liquid concealer. I'm going in, I'm blending this all into the skin using my LA Colors blending brush. I'm also using my Real Techniques blending sponge. Damp, okay? The sponge is damp. Not wet, just damp. I'm also using my Morphe foundation brush, angle foundation brush, to blend some of these products into the skin as well. Now, to set her face in place for her highlight, I'll be going in with my LA Girl HD pressed powder in the shade Classic Ivory. And for the remaining of her face, I'll be going in with that same pressed powder in the shade Soft Honey, using this dense powder brush. So I'm going in, setting all of her highlighted areas with this pressed powder in the shade Classic Ivory. This is the setting of the makeup. Some people set with loose powders. I like to set with a pressed powder. There's nothing wrong with using a loose powder to set the face. There's nothing wrong with using a loose powder to set the face and bake the face. However, my technique, I like to set with the pressed powder and I like to bake with the loose. To bronze up her face and build on this contour, we are going in with my RK by Kiss bronzing palette in the shade Light Medium. I am using this pink angled contour brush to apply this product to her skin. You might be looking and saying this is a little deep. It is, okay? Normally you go 2 to 3 shades deeper. This is maybe 4 shades deeper than her. But I wanted her contour to really pop in this look. This is a very simple full glam. I'm just giving her that pop of color at the eye. So I wanted the face not to be dramatic, but I did want it to be like giving what I wanted it to give. So I wanted her to have a heavy bronze on her face for this look. Blending is essential. It's very important, okay? Do you see how those cheeks now look a little bit more chiseled, a little bit more defined? That's the kind of look that I was going for, just to like suck her face in slightly, a little bit more. She already had a beautifully shaped face, but I just wanted to define everything with this baking process. So I made that contour and that bronzing a little bit more heavier than what I normally would. All right, we are moving right along. I disappeared for a second, y'all, but I'm back, okay? To bake her, I went in with the Laura Mercier loose transparent powder, okay? And I apply that to all the highlighted areas, all right? Now I'm going in with this Juvia's Place Volume 2. This is the Volume 2 blush palette, and I'm using both of those palettes along with this Real Technique powder brush to apply a beautiful, it's not a rosy cheek, but it is giving plush. And that was the look I was going for, kind of a plush mauve look to kind of play on her bronzer. So I applied that in a upward motion, okay? That's a new technique that I've learned. Apply your blush upward, okay? That's gonna lift the cheek opposed to applying it in a downward motion, and that kind of lowers the face and kind of slants the face. And it makes a difference. I promise you, it makes a huge difference. For her lips, y'all already know what it is, okay? I don't know, right now it's winter time and I'm loving this nude lip. And you probably are gonna see it for the rest of the winter, I don't know. I'm gonna try to give y'all a color lip because I do. I'm gonna give y'all a color lip in my next tutorial, I promise. But for right now, okay, we're going in with our lip liner in the shade Morphe from Trendsetter and our beautiful matte lip gloss in the shade Virgin, okay, from Morphe. All right, y'all know I love this lip combo. I've been rocking with it for a while. It's hard to get me off things when I love them. Get into this face. Get into this face. Okay, so now I'm using my Real Technique setting brush, and what I am doing, this video is moving so fast. Oh my God, I should have slowed it down. I'm so sorry. But what I am doing is I am lightly brushing this powder in the outward direction into her skin. So anything that's left standing on the skin, I'm going to use my Real Technique blending sponge and I'm going to press into the skin, tapping that into the skin. And to bring everything down, okay, because you don't want any flashback. So to even out that skin tone, I'm going back in with that same LA Girl HD pressed powder in the shade Soft Honey. And this is just going to do just what you saying it do, okay? It's going to be like Kip-Hale, all right? And y'all know what this is. Stop playing with me. This is my kiss right here. I ain't got to say it because if you watch these tutorials, then you already know what this bronzer gives. And I'm going to tell you, I ain't been able to find this bronzer. I'm going to start keeping my little secrets to myself. Okay. That's what I'm going to start doing because y'all done went out here and bought all the stuff up. Y'all done bought it all up. I can't find it. Thanks. Save me one, please. Y'all done bought it up. Okay? It don't even stay in my cart 2 days at Amazon. All right? Now, with setting that powder and brushing all that powder, sometimes your contours and your blushes get lost. That's normal. Go back, apply, blend, and spray. Okay? I am really into this Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. It's just popping. Y'all know how I am. Once I like something, it's hard to get me off of it. No, I've tried quite a few. Now, if you've been rocking with me for a while, you know I've tried quite a few. The only other setting spray that I'm like crazy about outside of this Morphe is the Milani. That Milani setting spray is fire. Okay, both of them. The Make It Last and the matte is just really, really good. I like those, but you know, Morphe's number one. I just like this product. As you can see, I went in with that LA Girl Neon Lights, this like turquoise color, and I lined her waterline with that, and now I am going in and I am blending out this hot pink color on her lower lash line. This is from the, I believe this is the 35B Morphe times Lisa Frank palette that came out. And that hot pink that's in that palette, I'm using that to smudge out her lower lash line. And I just wanted to give this, I wanted this to be a very simple glam, but with a color pop. And y'all, I couldn't have asked for more. This came out beautifully. I'm truly, I love this look. Like, it's cute. It's real cute. Okay, it's real cute. Now let's talk about my, y'all don't judge me. Look at that. Look at my palette. Look at my flea market palette. I dropped it in my last tutorial and it broke everywhere and I'm sick, but I'm gonna use it till it ain't no more. I'm gonna use all these beautiful highlighters in this palette until it's not no more left. I am. I might fly back to Texas just to see if they got it again because it's just got some really beautiful highlights. And that's all I use it for. I do not use the shadows in this palette. I only use the highlights. So give me some good highlighters. Leave some good highlighting powders down in the comment section because your girl gonna need them in a minute, okay? Because this is not gonna last long. So as you can see here, I'm going in. I'm highlighting her face. Off camera, I went and I applied some rhinestones. I wanted to pizzazz this look. And here's the client review.
Oh my God. This is amazing. I never thought I could look like this. And I don't even wear like blush or like any of that. I'm so like basic.
Y'all, this was the final look. I absolutely love it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave your comments, your criticism. I take that too. Any tips for me to do better? And just let me know what y'all want to see, because I don't want to be doing the same thing. Let me know what tutorials y'all want to see. Get into this face, okay? This is it. All right? There's some texture there, and that's okay. That's completely okay, because makeup doesn't cover texture. All right? Angels, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for rocking with me. If you are new here, again, welcome home, Angel here. It doesn't matter how you feel. God is still and always worthy to be praised. Amen. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. Follow me on all social media outlets at TouchedByTyHairCo, Instagram and Facebook. I don't have a Twitter, okay? And TikTok. I have a TikTok at TouchedByTyHairCo. I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I love you guys. I love you so much. Bye.